What's up, degenerates? Listen, still trying to sort through computer issues. I got it half running, half not. But we're going to get a show for you guys this evening regardless, all right? So welcome to the show. This is pre-recorded. That's why there's no lights and funny business going on. Of course, the feng shui is always in full effect. But enough said about that. Let's get right into the show, all right? We got two things to cover real quick, and then we're going to get you something really special, all right? Ship's Pub. Let's talk about our good friends over there. 360 Northern Boulevard in Albany, New York. Got a banger coming up December 13th down at the Ship's Pub. It is going to be a punk rock extravaganza featuring Blase Debris, Gozer, and Vintry Hill. $15 at the door. With donation, it's a $10. It's a $10 cover. And the proceeds are going to the Mohawk Humane Society. So it's a good thing to give to the critters, you know, give them a little bit of Christmas love and go see a great punk rock show. That's going to be a banger, so make sure you get down to that. Ship's Pub, 360 Northern Boulevard in Albany, New York. And, of course, we have to talk about our good friends over at the Kings Inn, 6 McDonald Ave, Schenectady, New York. Great little hometown hang. You guys know the deal. Wednesday evenings is always open jam night. And we're going to be doing this one right here. Trash and Gus, Unplugged and Unfiltered, Saturday, November 29th, 6 p.m. The doors. Showtime's at 7, $5 cover on that one. That's going to be a good one. Nice little, you know what, cozy little atmosphere, little unplugged music for your hearing pleasure, for sure. It's going to be good, so get to the Kings for that one. And we got the holiday party coming up. This one's going to be another banger. Again, on December 13th, it's going to be a busy night for people, let me tell you. Saturday, December 13th, doors at 6, shows at 7, $5 cover on that one. 8-track Massacre with special guest Ike playing the acoustic over there. Going to be a good one, man, the holiday party. You guys know the deal. They do it right at the Kings Inn. They're going to have drink specials, food, Secret Santa's going on, and even more. So make sure you guys go check out our friends at the Kings Inn. And now, degenerates, just for you. This one's a good one. Check this out.
Hi.
My
name's Ralph Renna. This is my buddy Fuzz. You're here with Loud Media and That Fuzzing Rock Show. Of course, Rolling with Ralph is on in 3 states now. We're on in Albany, New York. We are on 93.9 WABY, and we are on in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's 93.7 WVLZ, and now in Wilmington, Delaware. Pretty cool spot, man. I'm going to be heading there in a few weeks. 95.1 WSNJ. 3 states, Fuzz. You believe that?
3 states, bro.
Now, we grew up in the 70s and 80s, right? We were both
Absolutely.
born in 1970, a few months apart, same
Yes,
era,
sir.
same generation. You know, what did you start out listening to? What was your earliest memory of whatever?
Well, my cousins were really into like what we would call like the classic rock now.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles.
I guess I started there too. Yeah.
Kiss and Allman Brothers. All that's, all that.
All right, so I'm a bouncer. I go around. You should know the timeline from Elvis all the way to Slayer, right? But I bounced around throughout life and had to go back in the years. But our next guest just had a key role in all of that and how I learned. We learned about when I learned about CBGBs and about the Police and television and the Ramones and like Blondie, my first crush, Blondie, what it was to know her or to see how beautiful she was back in the day. All right, my fantasy, but I'm gonna keep moving. So I remember learning about punk rock, man. I learned about that early stages of it. 1996, I'm in Lincoln Park in Albany. I think it was Lincoln Park. I hope I got that right. It was a SUNY thing, man, and the Ramones were playing, and it was insane. I can't even describe how many people were there, and it was so insane that it was such everyone was so amped to see the Ramones play in the park on a rainy day, and it was insane. I've never seen anything like it. Porta potties getting tipped over with people sitting on the toilets. I then flash back to maybe a few years later, man, or whatever. I move forward. I'm at Saratoga Winters. Do you remember those old rides where you'd stand up and you'd get against the wall and everybody be against the wall and this thing would spin whatever, 40 miles an hour. Feels like 1,000. Cyclone, is that what it's called?
The bottom drops out. I think so.
Right, the bottom drops out. Now you're sucked to the wall. That's what it felt like being in Saratoga Winters as the Ramones were playing in a venue way too small, which I thought was awesome. Now we're going to leap a little forward. I'm at the QE2, and Marky Ramone and his band are playing, and we're all confined to this small club, and there's really no backstage areas like a downstairs. Marky hung out with us all night, man. It made me feel like punk rock royalty. I felt like, they like to have their space as musicians, but no, he wanted to be there with the people, man. I thought that was cool. Now you've bounced a few years later. Here's where you're going to tell me to kick myself right in the nuts. I'm at the last Sheer Terror show at the time with the original band, semi-original band, and Chicky, the bass player, got me in backstage. It was sold out. I missed Murphy's Law. I missed Sub-Zero. I get into the show. Now we're confined to the backstage of CBGB's. My first time there, and you can only go to the stage where you would go out into the crowd. You couldn't even get through, so I had to stay there. How much of that is a privilege, to be at CB's for the first time a few years before it closed down, and you have a personal seat on the stage with the band because you were forced to. There was nowhere to go. Right, it wasn't like the band invited us up. In fact, I think I stepped on Chicky's bass cord and knocked his cord out.
Whoops.
Right. But back up a little bit. Jimmy from Murphy's Law is always introducing me to his friends. He introduces me to Marky and to Peter. And on the way home from the show, my friend Val's like, I went out to dinner with Chicky. Guess who I went out to dinner with? I'm like, who? She's like, Marky Ramone and Peter Criss from Kiss.
And you didn't know the difference?
I didn't know. It was so dark. I didn't recognize Marky. And I didn't know Peter without the Kiss makeup. If he could have just wore the makeup. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a living legend to That Fuzzing Rock Show and a 93.9 WABY, Mr. Marky Ramone. We're having a little technical difficulties, but having the voice of Marky Ramone, Fuzz, I think that's good enough for me. How about you? Marky, welcome.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate your time, man. We'll jump right into this, Marky. So you started out in hard rock bands as a teenager. I believe it was called Dust.
Yep.
And then Richard Hell and the Voivods, if I'm correct.
Voidoids.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I can't even read my own writing.
New York punk band.
There you go. How did those experiences kind of prepare you for the Ramones? Their completely different style.
Well, you get the experience of touring, and Dust was one of the first heavy metal bands in America in 1970, 71. And I honed my chops during that time as a teenager. Then I went on to play in New York City once we disbanded with Richard Hell and the Voidoids. And that was different because there were different time changes, accents. But we did the Blank Generation album, which was a big anthem in CBGB's and in London. And then when we toured with The Clash, we came back to New York, and Richard Hell didn't want to tour anymore. So then the Ramones asked me to play drums with them after Tommy decided to just produce.
What was the year? What was the exact year you joined the Ramones?
78.
78, right? Yeah.
8 years old, man. I was eight.
That's right. Yeah, me
awesome.
too.
Yep.
So I did 1,700 shows with them.
Wow. So when Tommy quit in 78.
Well, he didn't quit. He just went on to produce.
He
was still part of the band.
Yeah, when he stepped down from playing the drums, when Dee Dee called you to replace him, were you hesitant about it? Were you like, "Oh my God, here we go"? Like what was that call like?
That was the Ramones were the band. That started punk. Solidified it. And that was it was an honor to be in a group like that. I saw them in CBGB's when it started several times, and each time I saw them, they got better and better because they started playing a lot. And then when they asked me I said, you got it. Let's set up a rehearsal, see if it'll fit, if I fit in. And it did musically. And it was basically 4/4, 2/4 counts. And it was kind of easy, but to play a whole Ramone set for an hour and a half, that isn't easy. It's really a physical thing, too. So I slid right in, and the first album I did with them was Road to Ruin, and the first song that I recorded with them was "I Want to Be Sedated." So it was different than the other bands, but each band was different. So I already recorded 4 albums before I joined the Ramones. Wow. So I kind of had a really good idea of how to record in the studio and the touring situation and what comes with it.
Yeah. A lot of challenges. Fuzz, we got a flyer. Let's pop that up. And Marky, one of the reasons why we're here today, one, because we're big fans, but you're doing a little holiday tour, and you're kind of hitting 2 of our areas, 95.1 WSNJ, one of our radio stations, out of Wilmington, Delaware. So you're kind of close to Jersey in the city down there. And then, of course, Albany, New York. I don't know. What is it? 40 minutes from, I just went there, Fuzz. I just went there. It was great. At the Bearsville Theater. What an amazing venue.
Great place.
You've been there, obviously. Raging Rivers on the side of it. So Marky Ramone's Holiday Blitzkrieg playing the Ramones Classic December 4th, 5th, and 6th, Asbury Park, New York, and of course Woodstock. And people can just grab tickets online from these venues: Stone Pony, Gramercy Theater, Bearsville Theater. You've played all these places before in some shape or form or band?
Oh yeah. I played the Stone Pony, I think twice, and then I played the Gramercy Theater around 4 times already. So it's basically a holiday season kind of thing. It's that feeling where you get a bunch of fans and friends and just put on a show of 36 Ramone classics.
Yeah.
And, wow. I keep it going.
Right.
And it really it's very enjoyable.
Yeah. For me, you could go. There could be a major rock club in every town, and those bands normally come through. But when you stick, Marky Ramone in a place like the Bearsville Theater, who I've been noticing have been definitely, less classic rock type bands and more punk bands and punk legends and, 80s and 90s rock artists. They've been definitely. So when you have a cool spot like that doesn't normally have this type of stuff, it definitely makes it more interesting. So Bearsville Theater is definitely going to be very interesting in Woodstock.
Yeah, it was a great time last year.
Yep. So this will be the second time coming through. Now who do you have out with you? I've seen you in different forms. Michael Graves of the Misfits, and if I'm mistaken, I think you might have taken out Dez too. Was there different forms of this band? Who's going to be performing with you?
Well, I've played with different people, but the band that I have now is the band I've been with for quite a while. The Misfits was just me, Jerry, and Dez at the time. I really didn't consider it the Misfits. It was just, 3 guys, 3 friends doing Misfits and Ramones and Black Flag songs.
Right.
But who I have now, I've been playing with for years already, and we did hundreds of shows together. So the band's very tight, and that's one thing that I definitely wanted, the most. So to do those 36 songs, you got to rehearse, you got to be in really good shape, and these are the guys that I chose.
Yeah, great. Had a chance to see you solo. Had a chance to see the Ramones a few times. Talked about it a little bit in the intro. And I got to see you solo too. What also you helped me out with, a big part of it was just those experiences at those shows. Was definitely your radio show, man. I mean, when and you mentioned a bit, was it Richard Hell and the Voidoids?
Yeah.
Right. I learned about that band by listening to your radio show, and that's
thanks.
And what I like about it too is you'll pull in some of that 80s hardcore too, and I remember for the only time I've ever been at CBGB's, Jimmy from Murphy's Law introduced me to you and Peter Criss from Kiss, which at the time I was backstage, couldn't go anywhere. We got snuck in the back door, as I told the story, right by Chicky, and then I didn't even know it was you. I didn't even know it was you. Fuzz, you got some more questions for Marky? I know he's got an arsenal.
I do. Yeah, I usually, come to the game with a little bit of stuff,
Come on now.
So you had mentioned your first album was Road to Ruin in '78. Yeah. How long did it take for you to learn the back catalog? Did it take you a long time to get all the old songs down?
Well, it's a good question. They, when we booked the Media Sound Studios in New York, before that, I had to learn Road to Ruin, and then I had to learn the live set. So they gave me a cassette that at the time, that's what was available.
Sure.
And I had to rehearse on my own on a drum pad and headphones, the whole album and the live set within 2 weeks. So that's how that's how it was done. And then I ended up going to the studio with them, rehearsing a few times before we did the actual recordings. So it took me 2 takes for each song to be made. And then, you have the drum track and then you make sure it's tight. And then that's basically it.
So now you left the Ramones at 83, came back at 87, and then you left again and came back. What made you keep coming back?
Well, I wasn't in the band once. They asked me to leave because I was drinking too much.
I got you.
I did that before too.
Yeah, me too.
Right? I guess you know what it's like. So I had
absolutely.
to stop.
Absolutely.
So it took me 3 or 4 years to, realize what was more important. The having fun with the guys, the beer, and going out to the clubs and restaurants and all that stuff, or doing what you like to do, which is drumming. And I knew eventually if I kept it up, it would affect it. So that stopped. And then they asked me to come back again. Mm-hmm. And then I stayed with them 9 more years. So in actuality, I was only gone once.
Okay.
Yeah. What's one of the most memorable shows for you? Mine would have to be in Albany in a park for SUNY College in like 96. And to have the Ramones playing in a park with all day college people drinking, and then the punk rockers show up. There was a big clash. I remember porta potties getting pushed over with people in them. It was the most exciting punk rock show I've ever been to. What was the most memorable for you with the Ramones or any of the bands you've ever jammed with?
Well, I got to tell you, that happened a few times in a lot of different places.
What, porta potties getting pushed over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
unbelievable.
Great. I'm glad I brought that up.
I guess it's an initiation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, one of my favorite shows was first time I played at CBGB's with them. And then the US Festival in San Bernardino, California, in front of 150,000 people. And then I guess going to London and Japan and all those other places. South America is crazy. It's really a rock country. They really love punk, rock and roll, all that stuff. And Brazil's another one. Also coming back to Europe, France, Germany, Berlin, Holland, and Italy.
Is there anywhere in the world that you have never been?
Egypt. I'd like to check that out, the pyramids, because I always like the mummy movies,
Right.
And I wanted to go there and just check out the Sphinx and all that other stuff.
Right.
But I would like to go to other countries too. I personally played in China. I personally played in India. I played in Dubai. there's so many places that I did play that the Ramones didn't. So it just shows that a lot of other countries that you wouldn't expect that they like, rock and punk, they do. So you go where the fans are, no matter where it is you go, just to make people happy,
Do you still call New York your home?
New York's my home, and Italy's my home.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So do you still reside in New York City?
Oh yeah. Brooklyn Heights.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow. Awesome. That's awesome. Fuzz, what do you got?
So, Marky, by the 90s, you guys were playing over 100 shows a year.
Yeah.
How did you keep your body from just falling apart? That blistering pace, like.
Well, I exercise a lot. I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. I always make sure I go to the studio to play the drums, the whole set, at least three times a week. And then when we're on tour, I would warm up backstage on a drum pad, and you just that's important. You got to be in good shape to be able to play Ramones the whole set, and it's that simple. Nothing special, just that. And I try to eat good and not stray from all that.
Marky, how young are you now?
Right now, I'm 73.
That's young.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That's the nice way.
No, wait. You know what somebody tells me? Yeah, that's the new 23.
My mom yelled at me. My mom yelled at me a long time ago for asking a woman how old she was. Then from that point, I was probably 6. It was a good slap.
It's only age. You know what I mean?
Right. So from that point forward, I learned to ask everyone, how young are you when you want to actually
right? I
well,
understand.
God bless you, man, and I'm glad that you're still doing it. Fluzz, pop that flyer back up because we got to talk about these shows. I was all over the place. Marky Ramone's Holiday Blitzkrieg playing the Ramones Classic, December 4th, Asbury Park, New Jersey, at the Classic Stone Pony. December 5th in New York City. Oh, New York. Is that is in the city, the Gramercy Theater, correct?
Yeah, that's in, I think it's on 23rd Street.
Yes.
Right, and the one that's closest to us here in Albany, New York, is December 6th, Woodstock, New York, the beautiful, the legendary Bearsville Theater.
Great place.
Yeah, I was just there. A friend was in town, my wife's friend, and I said, let's take her to Woodstock and not tell her anything about it.
It's a nice area, too.
Yeah, we went. It was a great time, man. I've been there a few times. So, Fuzz, we got anything else? You got an arsenal over there. I just wanted to make sure we could plug those shows there.
I do, yeah, absolutely. Marky, do you have a favorite Ramones album to play, start to finish, like play live?
Well, obviously, Road to Ruin, Rocket to Russia, and I like I like the Phil Spector album more now than I did when it came out. I like. Let's see, Leave Home, which was their second album, and I like Brain Drain with Pet Cemetery, the song from the movie that's on it. Mm-hmm. So I can't just say one because that's like somebody saying, "What's your favorite song?"
I got a few favorites, Fuzz. How about Havana Affair?
Yep, great.
How about Sheena? How about Sheena Was a Punk?
Great.
Yeah, all right, cool. Loud, fast. Yeah, I'm an everything Ramones guy. I want to hear it all, and I think with a 36 song set list, I think you're going to get what you want December 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Absolutely,
with these shows.
Songs you could sing to.
That's right.
A little beat on the bat with a beat on the brat with a baseball bat.
Exactly.
That's on it. That'll be in the set too. KKK took my baby away.
There you go.
Perfect. Do you find that song's controversial today? I mean, with all the political correctness going on, is it? I mean, it's
it's really it really doesn't. Talk about the KKK of what's going on. It's just something Joey came up with just to be humorous. It was a humorous song, and which involved the KKK. would he write it today? I'm not sure.
That's punk rock to me, though, is just right about everything, even if it has that humorous twist.
Yeah, I mean,
we're talking. This song was written in what year was that song?
That song was written in 1980.
Yeah, so that's just even then.
Yeah,
it's amazing, though. But punk rock legends, the Ramones, Marky Ramones Holiday Blitzkrieg, 3 dates, December 4th, 5th, and 6th. Fuzz,
sir.
I know you got 3 notebooks over there, but someday, Marky's going to have to go use the bathroom or something.
I do. I just got a couple more for you, and then we have, of course, the staple. I would be remiss if I didn't do the rapid fire 5. We'll do that right at the end for you. So, Marky, Joey, Dee Dee, Johnny, Tommy, they're all gone now. God rest their souls. I know we missed them. How do you handle being the last man standing from the classic lineup?
Well, I feel the songs are too good not to be played because they had such a huge repertoire. They had all these albums, and they died too young to enjoy the fruits of their labor. So, it makes you feel shitty knowing that, they're not around and they can't perform those great songs. So I'm basically the guy that wants to continue it because something like that should never die.
You're the only one who should do it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I did 1,700 shows, so I have the know-how. And
how do you remember? How did you actually write? Did you keep a log of that?
I videotaped most of the stuff. And I had a list of every place that I did play because it's like an itinerary. They're called itineraries.
Yeah,
and it tells you where you're playing, what day. So you have the month, you have the year.
Fuzz, imagine just counting them. 1, 2, 3.
I got all my itineraries. I got them all.
That's great. That's great.
I never let go of them.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many podcasts I did last year. That's impressive, dude.
Yep.
That is really impressive. So I got 2 more for you. The final question is, if you could go back and play one more Ramone show with Joey, Dee Dee, and Johnny tomorrow night, what venue would you pick, and what would the set list opener be?
Wow, that's a good question.
Well, a lot of the venues closed, but. Unfortunately, but I guess the first, because it's the hometown and it was the beginning of punk there in New York, it would be CBGB's. Yes. The first song to start off with would probably be Blitzkrieg Bop.
There you go. Now, do you get tired? Is there any song that you get tired of playing? Or are you just like, ugh?
Let me see. What song did I take out of the set list that I was getting tired of playing with? Well, there was one song called Today You Love, Tomorrow the World. And it had just negative overtones that I didn't agree with, but it was written in 1975. So back then it was a little different. But, it sang about, Nazis and this and that. But again, it was supposed to be a humorous song about Nazis. And I never heard of a funny Nazi. You know what I mean?
Kind of a soundtrack to Hogan's Heroes.
Well, yeah. Colonel Klink. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So all that stuff. But that's one song.
All right. So, Marky, I do this thing called the Rapid Fire 5. I give you 5 questions. Answer them as quick as you can. There's no wrong answers here. So I'm just going to hit you with 5 real quick. What was the first live gig you ever played? Not with the Ramones, just you as a person. Your first live gig.
Live gig, Brooklyn, New York, in 1971.
What is one album that you cannot live without?
One album I can't live without would be the Beatles' first album.
Who was your biggest musical influence?
On drums, Ringo Starr.
All right. What is your best on stage memory?
A dead chicken thrown at us and it landed on Joey's shoulder.
What the fuck? Wait a minute. A dead chicken thrown at us, landing on Joey's shoulder.
Oh my!
Yeah,
That's like a lyric. That could be a lyric for a new song.
Yeah, there were no feathers on it either.
Oh, that's disgusting.
All right.
Ready to boil.
Yeah, right. The last question, and this one's usually the hardest one. What is your biggest on-stage oops?
Oh, okay. What happened was we were playing live, and my bass drum broke. The head broke.
Yeah.
So we had it took my drum tech about two songs, one song to realize that, because he wasn't looking at me. Usually the drum techs they're supposed to be watching you, but he wasn't at that moment. And we played the song without a bass drum. And then what we had to do was we had to have an intermission for about 10 minutes to change the drum head and put it back on, so we'd have some bottom with the bass guitar. So that was pretty bad. That was, something I didn't expect.
All right. Listen, I think you've answered them the fastest anybody's ever answered them. We definitely appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Fuzz, let me see that poster one more time.
You got it, my man.
And this has been a really, really cool day. So you mean the holidays,
Yeah.
What do you think of? I think about the Ramones, Marky Ramones, Holiday Blitzkrieg, playing the Ramones Classic again, December 4th, Asbury Park, New Jersey, December 5th in New York City. And listen, if you're listening to WSNJ in Wilmington, Delaware, that's a short ride to both shows. Of course, if you're listening to 93.9 WABY here in Albany, New York, Woodstock is just a hop, skip, and a puddle jump for us to get on over there. So enjoy the shows, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And thank you for just taking the time and hanging out with us, man.
You got it. Keep in touch, all right?
Will do, Marky. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.